Hi, I'm Kathy. I'm a volunteer with Environment Victoria, and we're talking to people particularly in regard to the coming state election.
All of us love the great outdoors in our own way, whether it's mucking around in a river, or exploring nature, or heading out on a bushwalk. Government decisions can have an enormous impact on the environment, both for better and for worse. In 2010, a coalition government came into power with no environmental policies. No one in the state government thought they needed to listen to our concerns. They thought that Victorians didn't care or didn't care enough. They slashed support for solar power, they promoted the idea of coal exports, and they allowed cattle to trample the Alpine National Park.
I think the state and federal governments could spend more time investing in renewables and moving on to cleaner energy.
Yeah. It's for reasons like this, and because the state government wasn't listening, that we turned our focus towards having thousands of conversations with the many, many Victorians who do care.
Frankston's one of the 4 marginal electorates we've been focusing on in our 2014 election campaign. We've been looking to exert maximum pressure on local candidates so we make sure they deliver great environmental outcomes both here locally and across the state.
I'm looking at candidates who are interested in preserving natural forests and wetlands and waterways.
Community organising is about re-engaging a disengaged electorate. We've trained hundreds of volunteers across Victoria to go out and have really effective conversations with their neighbours and their mates about issues that are really important to them.
I see a certain amount of wastage in the area. There's a reticulation plant which supplies water to some parts of the area.
And what we're doing with these cards, we're going to take them to the candidates and say, have a look at this. You've got a margin here in Frankston of 150 votes, for example. We've got 300 people here.
Once we've shown the thousands of pledges that we've collected to the local candidates and politicians, we're going to send them back to the people who signed them, along with a scorecard outlining where the major parties stand on the environmental issues that matter to them, so they can have that in the front of their minds when they're going to vote on November 29.
The best thing in becoming involved in this campaign is getting rid of the apathy and going out and talking to people.
Just really motivating just to see so many people getting involved, giving up so much of their time regardless of how many commitments they have.
The rate that our groups have grown on account of how passionate we feel about not being listened to has that's something that will grow in the future even more if they don't listen to us.
I really want to say thank you for your efforts. It's been an amazing contribution that you've made. If there's a change of government tonight, which is looking pretty likely, I don't want to call it yet, but it's looking pretty likely, we're going to see some of the worst attacks of the coalition on the environment reversed.
The figures clearly indicate that there has been a swing to the Labor Party, who've won this state election.
But our work didn't stop on November the 29th. We need to continue our community organising and our face-to-face conversations with Victorians to continue to build support so that no matter who's in government, they have no choice but to protect our environment and take action on climate change. I ask all of you to join with us to keep building the pressure that we need to make sure politicians care as much as we do.